Hey, I'm John from Saleosaurus, and today we are participating in a battle of the masterpieces. Now, to be fair, I kind of already know which one's going to win. I mean, you can tell that's why I put them last, but surprises happen. As they say, that's why we play the game, right? So, we're going to open these packs of cards that are all trying to be like Marvel masterpieces. And, these actually are Marvel masterpieces, but, these are definitely, they're doing their best. So, and then at the end, we'll decide, I guess, one, what was the single coolest card we got? And two, what was the coolest pack out of all three of these? So you'll have to let me know which you thought. All right, so we're kicking it off first with some cards I like more than I think the average person would like, and that's these Skybox Master Series Ultraverse Edition. These are featuring characters from Malibu Comics Ultraverse. We got Mantra on the cover. Still haven't gotten a Mantra out of one of these packs, but we're still looking. And we're hoping for an Ultra card and a Holithogram. So, cross your fingers, I guess. I still have never seen one of those inserts, at least to the best of my knowledge. So we're really hoping to at least see something new out of one of these packs. Whoa, we got alternate right off the bat. I thought Mantra was the most scandalously dressed character in this series, but I was wrong. I gotta know what is this character. She was made from him, sparking the legend of Adam and Eve. Alternate was to be his mate. But she had other ideas, not to be controlled, but to lead her own destiny. She has thwarted his plans through the ages, causing him immense trouble as time marched on. Neither has been able to defeat the other, but they're always at war. Their plots through time have altered the course of human destiny. She, like him, is eternal. That's kind of interesting, actually. Not just because of the obvious, but that's kind of cool. They made the first Eve, is almost like a failed experiment became the devil. Is that what it's telling us? I don't know. Pretty cool though. We got Rivermen, kind of some Dagon type Cthulhuian deep ones. Is that what's going on here? Really nice art there. Love that. Okay, I know we've seen this card before, Solitaire. We got kind of he's a guy with guns. But I do like that art, the playing cards in the background and stuff. We got Mask, not Madame Mask, that would be copywritten, but just Mask. Okay, we got Death Dance. Kind of not the greatest costume there, but nice art of her. And finally, we got Ghoul. Well, of these, let's see. What's the best art out of this pack? We got to have our contenders, You can disagree with me if you want to, but I'm going to go with this Solitaire. I think it's the most evocative comic book art, I do really like this Riverman a lot too, though. Okay, we're moving on. We got 2 packs of DC Comics editions Skybox Master Series. I was trying to find one of each art because there's another of these packs that has Lobo on it, but it looks like I sold all of those, so all I could find was the Flash. But that's all right. We'll be just fine. Much like the Ultraverse of these, we have some inserts, but it looks like there's even more. We got a foil bonus card, double-sided Spectra Etch cards, and a Superman Sky Disc. That's trying to cross-promote with their Pogs, I think. That's kind of amazing. From 1994. I think I've gotten one of the foil cards. I don't think I've seen one of the Spectra Etches from this. So again, we're just hoping to see something new. Oh, our first card is Doomsday. Wow, that's really nice. I like that one a lot. If you don't know, I would be surprised, but Doomsday was, the guy that killed Superman. So You know what? Actually, that's got to be one of the coolest ones. We're going to put that on the table for now. Maybe there'll be a better card out of this pack. We got Captain Atom. Don't love that art as much, but I do like Captain Atom. He's pretty cool. Okay, we got Robin. Oh, I do like that one a lot too, but I think Doomsday is still a little better. Got what? Technocrat and Wild. Never heard of these before. Let's see what the other side looks like. An attack on Markovia prompted inventor/businessman Jeffrey Barron to don his prototype technosuit, the latest in personal defense gear. Barron's associate Charlie Wild was mortally wounded by a maddened bear until magic merged man and wild beast together. Considered part of the Outsiders, Technocrat and Wild remain hunted fugitives at large. Whoa. That went from kind of boring, like, okay, it's just Iron Man, to, oh no, you got bit by a bear and now you're part bear. That's kind of awesome. Okay, we got a Lobo. Hey, I just mentioned that I couldn't find one of the Lobo packs, but I got the Lobo card. And we got one more card here. We got Black Adam. That's cool. Black Adam, I feel like kind of gets some hate nowadays because of that goofy movie. But he's a very interesting character. Definitely somebody that's worth reading a comic about. Don't just judge Black Adam because of The Rock, okay? What's cool? Yeah, I'm still gonna give it to Doomsday out of that pack, but I do like the Lobo quite a bit. All right, we got another pack. Skybox Master Series DC Comics Edition. Still hoping to see one of those assorted inserts. I would actually lose my mind if we got the Sky Disc. As a fan of weird stuff, just getting a Pog out of one of these would be amazing. Do you see that? There's like an indent? Is that just from a... Oh, okay, that's just from a price sticker on there. I got really excited. It was like kind of round looking. Our first card is one of my favorites growing up. We got Kyle Rayner, the Green Lantern. If you haven't read any of the comics with him in it, man, I suggest giving it a shot. He was one of the first Green Lanterns to ever do like really strange constructs with his powers, with his ring. Because he was an artist, he got really creative with it. That first issue sure is a downer though. But man, that's, I'm gonna set this one on the table for now. I don't know that I like it better than the Doomsday that we got, but it is Kyle Rayner, and I am a big fan. So we got Aquaman. Now, are those have to be gigantic jellyfish, right? Because if they were in front of him, I would be able to say, oh well, they're just closer to the camera. But like, those are just massive jellyfish. That's pretty cool. Okay, we got the Eradicator. Now he looks completely different than I'm used to seeing him. Like, I am only really aware of him as the last son of Krypton from the Death of Superman series, but that's an interesting look for him. Not as cool. No big goofy sunglasses. So we got Mirage, kind of reminiscent of Jessica Jones when she was Jewel. Obviously different colors, but the style of the outfit. Okay, well, we got Batman. I haven't seen a Batman out of this set, and I gotta say, I really like that art. He kind of looks like this sort of bird gargoyle thing is wearing a hoodie, which that just makes it better. This is definitely gonna oust the Doomsday and the Green Lantern from the table. This is awesome. Of course, feel free to argue with me. If you liked one of these better, or if you liked that Lobo, I would love to argue about it. And our final card here of the DC Master Series, we got Triumph. Never heard of that guy. Don't really care to learn. Our final packs from this video are, some pretty awesome packs. Pretty tough to get your hands on. I splurged and bought a pile of these a little while back just to kind of slowly open. You got to treat yourself from time to time. And we're going to double treat myself today. I hope you enjoy these cool old packs of Marvel Masterpieces Series 1. We're going to start off with the Wolverine pack because I have the most of this. Of course, the pack art doesn't matter unless you're like superstitious, but it is cool having different art. You can see these have kind of lost some of the print over the years. You can see through the little cellophane there on the edge. But this is the very first series of Marvel Masterpieces by Skybox from 1992. That's 34 years ago, y'all. That's actually insane to think about. I don't know why I'm delaying it. Let's open this pack. Of course, one really nice thing about these first Marvel Masterpieces is that they don't have the glossy exterior like the later series, so you don't have to worry about them being stuck together. We got the Enchantress. That's great art. All of these painted by Joe Jusko. I'll wait to show you the back of a more exciting one, maybe. I don't know. We got Luke Cage there. Just says Cage, but yeah, I guess that was when he transitioned from Power Man to just Cage, maybe. A little bit weird of a face on there, in my opinion, but I love the jacket and jeans look there. Archangel. Okay, this is definitely a contender for best art. Let's look at the back. Once mutant millionaire playboy Warren Worthington III was known as the high-flying, high-spirited angel. But that changed when his feathery wings were ripped from his back, and the evil apocalypse replaced them with razor-sharp metal ones that shoot paralyzing darts. Worse, his personality was ripped from him as well, and he became the dark, brooding figure known as Archangel. Now his efforts to be a hero are tempered by his struggle to control his wings and the painful memories of personal loss that haunt his life. That's very sad. Poor Warren. Alright, we're going to put this on the table. That is a strong contender for best art. Now we do have an insert here. This is the second one of these Marvel Masterpieces inserts that I've ever pulled. We got Venom leaping at Spider-Man. I forget what these inserts are called. Some kind of a prism, spectra, foily something or other, but we got Spider-Man versus Venom. Let's see. 4D. Possessed of the same spider-like powers and even greater strength than Spider-Man, Venom is dedicated to a single mission, the destruction of the web-slinger. Although Spidey has so far survived the many vicious encounters, Venom remains at large. And as long as he does, Spidey knows that Venom will inevitably try once again to accomplish his murderous goals. And then here we got a Black Widow on the end. I do like the short hair look for Black Widow, but this isn't one of my favorite cards of her, but I do like it all right. All right, we got one more pack to open. I'm going to say right now that, this card, this insert, even though I actually don't like it, I like the art more than these others, it wouldn't count anyway. It's disqualified for being fancy. Final pack of this video is this other pack of Marvel Masterpieces, this time with Spider-Man on the front. Get out of here. Oh, look at strong guy, Mr. Guido there. Not only can he easily lift the barbell, he can bend it in half. What a guy. Now, I lied. I said they wouldn't be stuck together, but that one was a little stuck. We got Quicksilver. Whoa, Sauron. That's cool. I feel like you don't see him in like a snowy environment very often. I do like that one quite a bit, although I would say I would have probably positioned this sort of outline somewhere else because it kind of looks weird with his wing just running right up against it. But other than that, no complaints. Beautiful, beautiful art. Oh, look at that Phoenix. It's the Rachel Summers Phoenix too. I don't know if I like her more than the Jean Grey Phoenix, but she's up there. I love the design of her with all of those like spikes all over her armor. All right. We got Mojo. That dude is just always creepy, and Joe Gisco really captured the creep. Our final card is Mr. Sinister. Pretty nice. I mean, those are just great cards. Okay, so now we have some hard choices to make, y'all. I say we, it's me. I'm making the choice, but you can argue with me if you want to. In my opinion, these are the three best cards out of the three different types of packs. We got the Solitaire, which a character I know nothing about, don't care about, but I do dig this art there. We got Archangel from the Marvel Masterpieces. Just, I love how bright this is, very colorful. I feel like a lot of times Archangel is in darkness and you just can't see him that well. But I love how the lightning on him kind of brings out this garish pink and like teal color scheme on him. Just love that art. And then finally we have this Batman sort of hanging out on top of this hoodie gargoyle. And, you know, I think I'm going to make a controversial decision here. I'm going to say my favorite of these three is this Batman from the Skybox DC Master Series. I do think it's really close between Batman and Archangel. I don't think Silhouette really had a chance to be the winner in the grand scheme of things. It's not really fair. You know, I don't really care about him, so he was almost never in contention. But I do think these are really close. But Batman slightly edges it out. And then if I'm gonna pick between what's my favorite of these three packs, well, I don't think there's gonna be a big surprise to say that it was the Marvel Masterpieces. I've opened a whole lot more of these DC cards than I have of these Marvel cards, and so they still feel really, really special to me. And you know, I've only got a few more, and who knows how many more of those I'll be able to justify opening before the prices go through the roof, and I gotta start selling them off. You know. What's more important, opening a pack or getting a new car? It doesn't hurt too that we got this cool insert from the Marvel Masterpieces set, but I promise I'm not letting that sway me any. Thank you for hanging out with me while I open these cards. Let me know what you thought. Am I wrong? Which card was your favorite? Did I just completely gloss over something amazing in the Ultraverse pack? I'd love to hear from you, and until next time, everybody be cool.